What are the steps in order fulfillment? Broadly speaking, order fulfillment comprises the process in receiving, processing, and shipping a customer order. More specifically, order fulfillment entails the following steps, roughly in chronological order. Number one is maintaining inventory. Two is responding to a sales order to determine availability and location in inventory. Number three is confirming pricing. Four is configuring the order if there is more than one piece or product. Number five is booking the order or placing a request into the inventory system for what is ordered. Number six is acknowledging and confirming the order is booked. Number seven is invoicing, billing the customer. Number eight is determining the shipping address where the item will be sent. Number nine is sourcing the order, determining which facility to ship it from. Number 10 is determining which carrier will be used to ship the item. Number 11 is issuing order changes initiated by the customer after the sale, substituting for pieces no longer in inventory, or updating the order with newer pieces in inventory. Number 12 is processing the order, the physical picking and packing of the order at a warehouse or distribution center. Number 13 is shipping the order, which may go directly to the customer or to the one or more distribution points. Number 14 is delivering the order to the customer. And the 15 is settling, receiving, and processing payment for the received order. The second questions what are the steps in supplier evaluation and selection process? Selection, evaluation, and selection process. And here we shall now examine briefly some of the different criteria that an organization may use to assess potential suppliers. Although it may not be possible to obtain all the relevant information, whatever data that can be obtained will definitely help the buying organization assess the potential for a successful match. Number one is process and design capabilities. Suppliers should have up-to-date and capable products as well as process technologies to produce the materials needed. Because different manufacturing and service process have various strengths and weaknesses, the buying organization must be aware of this characteristics upfront, which the buying organization expects suppliers to perform component designs and production. It should also assess the supplier's design capability. One way to reduce the time required to develop new products is to use qualified suppliers that are able to perform products design activities. Second is quality and reliability. Quality levels of the procurement item should be a very important factor in supplier selection. Product quality should consistently meet specified requirements since it can directly affect the quality of the finished goods. Besides the reliable quality levels, reliability reliability also refers to other suppliers' characteristics. For example, is the supplier's delivery lead time reliable? Otherwise, production may have to be interrupted due to shortage of materials. Number three is cost. While unit price of the material is not typically the sole criterion in supplier selection, total cost of ownership is an important factor. Total cost of ownership include the unit price of the material, payment terms, cash discount, ordering cost, carrying cost, logistics cost, maintenance costs, and other more qualitative costs that may not be easy to assess. Number four is service. Suppliers must be able to back up their products by providing good services which needed. For example, when product information or warranty service is needed, suppliers must respond on a timely basis. Number 5 is the capacity. The organization may also need to consider whether the supplier has the capacity to fill orders to meet requirements and the ability to fill large order if needed. Number 6 is location. Geographical location is another important factor in supplier selection, as it impacts the delivery lead time, transportations, and logistics costs. Some organizations require their suppliers to be located within a certain distance from their facilities. Number 7 is management capability. Assessing a potential supplier's management capability is a complicated but important step. The different aspects of management capability include management commitment to the continuous process and quality improvement, its overall professional ability and experience, its ability to maintain positive relationships with its workforce, and its willingness to develop a closer working relationship with the buyer. And the number 8 is the financial condition and cost structure. An assessment of a potential partner's financial condition usually occurs during the evaluation process. Evaluation teams will typically evaluate the different financial ratios that determine whether a supplier can invest in resources, pay its suppliers and its workforce, and continue to meet its debt and financial obligations. These elements are important in determining whether the supplier will continue to be a reliable source of supply, and that supply will not be disrupted. Number 9 is planning and control system. Planning and control system include those systems that release, schedule, and control the flow of the work within an organization and also with outside parties. The sophistication of such systems can have major impact on supply chain performance. For example, how easy to use is a supplier's ordering system, and what is the normal order cycle time? Placing order with the supplier should be easy, quick, and effective. Delivery lead time should be short, so that small lot sizes can be ordered on a more frequent basis to reduce inventory holding costs. Number 10 is environmental regulation compliance. The 1990s brought about renewed awareness of the impact that industry has on the environment. As a result, a supplier's ability to comply with environmental regulations is becoming an important criterion for supply chain alliances. This includes, but is not limited to, the proper disposal of hazardous wastes. 11 is the willingness to share technologies and information. With the current trend that favors outsourcing to expert suppliers' capabilities and to focus on core competences, it is vital that organizations seek suppliers that are willing to share their technologies and informations. Supplier can assist in new product design and develop through early supplier involvement to ensure cost-effective design choices, develop alternative conceptual solutions, select the best components and technologies, and help in design assessment. By increasing the involvement of the suppliers in the design process, the buyer is free to focus more attention on core competencies. Number 12 is the long-term relationship potential. In some cases, an organization may be looking to develop a long-term relationship with a potential supplier. This is particularly true if the supplier is in the critical quadrant and the category of spend is high volume and critical to the organization's business. This approach requires that the parties share their mutual goals, establish metrics to guide the relationship, and develop a series of ongoing discussions on how issues and conflicts can be resolved in a mutually beneficial manner. This relationship may also involve joint cost savings projects and new product development efforts. Number 13 is the supplier selections scorecards. During the selection stage, sometimes organizations need a structured way to evaluate alternative suppliers. This can be particularly hard when the criteria includes not just quantitative measures such as cost and on-time delivery rates, but other more qualitative factors such as management stability or trustworthiness. A supplier selection scorecard may be used as a decision support tool. The evaluation team will assign a weight to the different categories and develop a numerical score for each supplier in each category, thereby developing a final performance score. It should be mentioned here that the need for assessment does not end with the selection decision. However, after the buyer-supplier relationship has been established, buyers also must track supplier performance over time. The ability to rank suppliers across multiple criteria can be especially helpful in identifying which suppliers are providing superior performance and which are in need of some improvement.